Did you know that choosing between buying a resale home and building a new one can dramatically impact your lifestyle and finances? In this video, we'll explore the key differences between buying a resale home and building a new home, so you can make an informed decision for what is best for you and your family. If you're new here, I'm Cameron Geesaman, a local Indy area resident and real estate agent, and I absolutely love making videos like this for people like you that are considering making a move to, from, or around the Indy metro area. And if you're on the fence about either buying a resale home or building a new one, then this video is definitely for you. I'm going to go through the pros and cons of buying a resale and new construction home, and make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as I'm going to talk about something that some people completely overlook when trying to decide whether to buy a resale or build new. Okay, let's get started. A resale home is a pre-owned home that's already built and is usually lived in by its previous owner, kind of like a used car. There's a handful of great things that come along with buying a pre-owned home, and the first of which is cost, honestly. Generally speaking, buying a resale home is less expensive than building new, but that's for kind of a couple reasons. The first reason is that the cost of new construction materials have gone up in price since that worldwide event in 2020, and prices really haven't gone down since then. Secondly, since a resale home is typically owned by a person versus a new construction home that is owned by a company, you may have a bit more wiggle room there as far as price is concerned. The second pro about owning a resale home is the immediate availability of the home. With new construction homes, they are being built from scratch. You typically have to wait 4 to 6, and with custom it can be even longer and can take 9 to 12 or even 18 months until the home is completed for you to be able to move in. But with resale homes, you typically gain possession of the home at the closing table, meaning most of the time you can start moving in right away. The third pro about purchasing a resale home is that typically they are in established neighborhoods. I know, they're in established neighborhoods. This is great for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is all of the mature plants, trees, and landscaping. Now, some older homes have large trees that have shade for the yard or even your home, or have beautifully landscaped flower beds. Additionally, you may have finished neighborhoods amenities like a playground or a park or a basketball court or pickleball court. Those are huge right now. Or maybe even a neighborhood swimming pool. In most new construction neighborhoods, it takes quite a bit of time to get all of those things kind of finished, which sometimes doesn't even happen until the neighborhood is at least maybe 75% completed. And the last pro I want to talk about in regards to resale homes is the potential for charm and character, my favorite part. And I say potential as this definitely depends on the style and age of the home that you are going to purchase. If you're buying a resale home out in the suburbs, this may not really apply, but if you're buying a resale home down in, say, the Irvington or Broad Ripple area of Indy, this definitely applies. In those areas, you'll find a lot of mid-century modern, or as I like to call them, mid-mod homes that are just oozing with character, especially if they've been maintained throughout the years. In a new construction home, you just won't have any of that older character or style. All right, what about cons of purchasing a resale home? Well, there are lots of those as well. The first I want to discuss is maintenance and repairs on resale homes. Now, depending on the age, style, and upkeep of the home you're purchasing, you have the potential for high maintenance costs and immediate repairs versus a new construction home. Let's say you buy a home that's, say, 20 years old. You'll need to consider the age of the HVAC system, roof and windows, because if any of those need replaced, it could get pretty pricey. Another downside to purchasing a resale home is unless you have the extra money to make significant renovations, you pretty much have to be okay with that home as it is when you buy it. So no home is perfect, whether it be resale or even brand new. Sometimes it's the size of the home, sometimes it's location, and sometimes it's the kitchen that isn't quite the layout you want, or the primary bathroom is maybe too small. Well, in order to make changes to rooms like that, especially when it comes to layout changes or material changes, you'll need quite a bit of money to do so. The last downside I want to talk about in regards to resale homes is energy efficiency. So the topic of energy efficiency is an interesting one to me, as I feel that home energy efficiencies have really come a long way in the last 10 to 20 years. The truth is that older homes, especially ones that were built more than 20 years ago, may have outdated systems and will be less efficient versus newer homes with newer building standards. For example, single pane metal frame windows that can be found in homes in the Irvington and Broad Ripple area, again, are much less energy efficient compared to newer homes in the suburbs with double pane vinyl windows. Same goes with insulation standards 30 years ago versus insulation standards today. Newer homes do a much better job of keeping either the hot or cool air inside of the home versus older homes. All right, so let's talk about new construction homes, as they are also not without their pros or cons. Building a new house means starting from scratch, with you or most likely a builder overseeing the construction of a new home on a chosen lot. When talking about building a new home, at least in the Indy metro area, it's usually talking about two different styles: production builders and custom builders. Now, production builders are ones you've heard of either on the radio or TV or just driving around. Builders like D.R. Horton, Lennar, Estridge, Fisher Homes, Dries, and so on. Also with a production builder, they have different floor plans available for you to choose from, along with a certain number of layouts and styles for, say, kitchens and bathrooms. Now with a custom builder like, say, BBG Construction, Wedgwood, Carrington, or Old Town Homes, there are a bunch of them, you pretty much have a blank slate and can build any style of home you want, assuming it's allowed on the piece of land you have purchased. Now, I'm not going to get into the weeds of all the differences between a production builder versus a custom builder in this video. But for the sake of this video, just know that there are two different types of new home builders. And some of the things I'm about to talk about will uncover those differences. The first main pro to building a new home is the possibilities of customization, at least to a point. What I mean by that is with a production builder, you can customize your new home to a point, but with a full custom builder, you can pretty much customize anything you want. To get specific, let's say that a production builder offers you kitchen cabinets in, say, 7 different colors, 3 different countertop choices, and 5 different sink choices for your kitchen. You have to choose within the parameters they've set out and have no wiggle room on any of that. Now, with a custom builder, you can choose whatever you want, assuming it fits within your budget. But just know this, when building a new home, you have a lot more control on the design, layout, and features of the home versus, say, buying a resale home that you can't really make any changes to unless you have the extra money to do so. Now, the second pro to building a new home are the modern amenities that are offered with new construction homes today. You'll likely be able to choose from the newest appliances and technology, along with having energy efficiency systems in your home. Do you work from home and need whole house Wi-Fi coverage? Well, with a new construction builder, they can build that with your home. Want the newest security system and Wi-Fi capable appliances? With, again, a new construction home, you can do that too. Now, I'm gonna go circle back to that energy efficiency discussion from before, and I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent, but I promise I'll make sense in regards to this topic. Not too long ago, new home builders were making homes as airtight as possible, which makes them extraordinarily efficient in regards to the HVAC system. Really hard to say. But in doing so, it creates a very stale environment without fresh air from the outside of your home. For some people that have a lot of allergies to things outside of the home, like me, like grass, trees, and flower pollen, that can be a good thing. But for people that have allergies for things inside of the home, again me, like dust, pet dander, and candles, a very airtight home is not a good thing. So to find a happy medium between the two, new builders found solutions like running a vent fan 24/7 or installing an outdoor air recovery system that cycles outdoor air into your HVAC system every hour to keep fresh air coming in and pushing out stale air. So happy about that. These types of energy systems are much easier and cheaper to install on a brand new construction home versus renovating an older home to make this technology work. The third pro to building a new home is lower maintenance costs. Now, with a new build, everything is new, which I do love, which significantly reduces the need for repairs or maintenance on your home for some time. That's not to say you can completely skip the maintenance part, but typically for at least the first couple of years, there's not much to do other than maybe changing out your HVAC filter. The great thing is your new home builder typically goes through the maintenance items you can expect during the first few years of home ownership, so that also takes the guessing out of what you should be doing. So easy. The last pro about building a new home is the new home warranty. Now, pretty much all new home builders come with warranties that cover things like concrete, drywall, structural, roof, windows, plank flooring, and other items. Again, these are things that your new home builder will cover with you to make sure you understand exactly what is protected by the warranty, how long that warranty is, and things to avoid so you don't avoid your warranty. All right, now on to the cons of building a new home. The first is the cost of building a new home, which I kind of touched on when discussing resale homes. It is typically more expensive to build a new home versus buying a resale because of construction costs, permits, and upgrades you may make to the home during the construction phase. In fact, there is a step during the new construction phase of a home where the builder will invite you to their beautiful showroom with all the possible upgrades you could buy for your new home. And if you're not careful, you'll end up spending tens of thousands of dollars on upgrades without even really realizing it. Shameless plug here, if you're thinking about building a new home, make sure you have a seasoned realtor like me to help guide you through the process so you don't end up spending your money on things you don't need for your brand new home, like upgraded carpet. The next downside to building a new home is the time that it takes. Like I said earlier in the video, it can easily take 6 to 12 to 18 months from the time you sign your contract with a new home builder until your home is completed. So during that time, you'll need to make sure that you have somewhere to live, whether it be in your current home or renting an apartment until the construction is completed. Oh, and the completion date is my next con. Unforeseen delays and new construction go together like milk and cookies. It's inevitable. There are so many different things that can cause delays during construction, and it's not possible to mention all of them here, but here are some of the major ones: bad weather, supply issues, subcontractor schedules, last minute selection changes, and so on. When you sign your contract with your new home builder and they give you an estimated completion date, take that date with a grain of salt and expect it to change multiple times during the building process. The last downside to building a new home is the location of new home neighborhoods. A lot of the new home builds happening around here are either on the outskirts of the popular suburbs or in the areas that are completely outside of the suburbs in more rural areas. The downside with this is these new areas may lack not only neighborhood amenities, but also community amenities like grocery stores, upscale restaurants, or even shopping. True story, we took a client out to see a brand new home just the other day that was listed for sale. And while they really loved the home itself because it was brand new, they decided not to buy it because it was going to be a 20-minute drive every time they wanted to go to the groceries. And that's assuming clear roads with little traffic. Okay, so I've talked about the pros and the cons of buying a resale home and building a new construction home. Let's now talk about some other factors you need to take into consideration when buying either a resale home or a new construction home. The first thing is your lifestyle needs. You making sure your home meets those needs. For instance, if you need to move into a home quickly, a resale home may be your best bet. But you could also purchase what's called a spec home, which is a new construction home that has been built by a builder but does not yet have an owner. Another thing to consider is your long-term vision for your home. Do you want to purchase a resale home and take the time to remodel it to get it to be exactly what you want? Or should you build a custom home that has everything you want but would cost more money up front versus remodeling over time? Again, just some things to think about. So those are my thoughts on the pros and cons of buying a resale home and building a new home. If you have any additional questions for me about purchasing a home here in Central Indiana, please post them in the comments below. And if you're looking to make a move to the Indy metro area anytime in the, say, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, I would love to be your trusted resource and real estate agent. I also put a link in the description below if you want our customized relocation guide. I've helped hundreds of people like you that are either moving to, from, or around the area, and I know the area forwards and backwards, top to bottom. If you liked this video, please go ahead and click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos about the Indy and surrounding areas. If you like this video, then chances are you'll like the video I recommend here. That's it for me today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. I had a burp. Excuse me. That was gross. Except it didn't even come out. It was like a burp that was like there. There it is.